everyone, this is Aniko. So, I went and subscribed myself to this Humble Bundle monthly thing. I figured, worst case scenario, if I really hate it, I have some keys to give to my friends for Christmas. So, here's a review with a breakdown of prices and savings for the November 2015 Humble Monthly Bundle, as well as some of my own opinions. I want to like the idea of the Humble Monthly Bundle, I really do, so I've been cautiously optimistic heading into this first month, even with all the mixed feelings I've been seeing from other gamers around the internet. I mean, just Google up the Humble Monthly Bundle and click on a few Reddit links to see what I mean. So to start off, let's look at the games in this month's package. Topping off the list, we have Saints Row 4, which retails at $14.99 right now. Besiege for $7.99, Valkyria Chronicles $19.99, Lethal League $13.99, Sanctuary RPG Black Edition $7.99, Towerfall Ascension $14.99, and Legend of Grimrock 2 $23.99, which brings us to an actual retail value of $103.93. and a total savings of $91.93. Now, assuming all these games are likely going to be in a Steam sale sometime this holiday season, I also pulled the lowest sale prices ever for each of these games. These same games, all bought separately at their lowest recorded prices, would be $32.34. Which means this bundle really saves you about $20 if you manage to buy all of these games at the lowest recorded sale prices ever. So, is this a good deal for your money? Well, yes, if you're just looking at the raw numbers. It's a no-brainer then. Obviously, you save money with this pack. However, for me personally, this first month has been kind of a rather than a yeah. And I'll be giving some of these keys away, which brings me to my next point, the pros and cons of this whole thing. Firstly, these are all very good games. Very, very good games. But they're all good games that are old now. Old enough that they've been in good sales on Steam and elsewhere. And odds are, if you wanted one of these games, you've already bought it for yourself at some point. Which means you already own it, and thus the value of your monthly bundle becomes far less. Let's say you already own 3 of the 7 games in this bundle. Well, you're not saving very much then, and what if the other 4 games are something you're not really interested in? Well, in that case, the bundle's a complete wash for you and pretty much a waste of your $12, except for maybe having some keys to give to your friends. Now, the charity angle, yes. When I opened my bundle, I finally learned that this month's money is going to benefit the Child's Play charity. I really wish they had revealed this a whole lot earlier. Some people buy because of the charity they're supporting. I don't understand what the great secret is in that matter, and I don't understand why they didn't bother pushing that marketing angle. The user-designated percent to charity has long been Humble Bundle's selling point. The whole reason some people buy things on Humble Bundle is because they know a percentage is going to charity, one that's generally listed along with the bundle information, so you can learn more about that charity if you want. The charity information for the monthly bundle was way less clear, and there's no deciding how much is going to the charity. It's a set 5% of your $12, or for the mathematically challenged, 60 cents. Now, this set percent is not necessarily a bad thing. With normal bundles, you can designate the entire amount you spend to go to charity. And while giving to charity is all well and good, when you do this, you effectively deny both Humble Bundle and the game developers providing the games any profits that really are, in fact, they are entitled to these profits. And thus, it makes it harder for them to have employees and to create new games. Capitalism, guys. This is the reality we live in. If you have a serious problem with this, you ought to just take your $12 and just give it to a charity directly. Pick somebody and give it to them and be done. Frankly, by having a set percent, Humble can now assure developers and themselves of something resembling a stable cash flow for a particular month. It's the same thing Target and other stores have been doing for years. They give a small percentage of their proceeds back to the charities and the community groups, and their customers really have very little choice over where this money goes. And we think they're great because they give to a charity. The main reason Humble's catching some internet flack from doing this themselves is simply because they've modeled their entire image so heavily on giving to charity and choosing how much you give. If Steam started doing something like this, giving a tiny percent of every sale to charity, we'd all be like, OMG guys, Steam has seen the lights! They're all super elite awesomes! No, Humble is a business. It's not a 401k charity. They are not taking donations to stay solvent. If you don't want to see another round of layoffs at Humble or the company disappearing into the ether altogether, you would be best served not judging Humble too harshly on all this. The one thing this monthly bundle says to me is that Humble is really working pretty hard to stay alive and to stay solvent, and frankly, more money means Humble has more bargaining power to work even better deals for better bundles. So all that being said, what can Humble do to improve these monthly packs? Firstly, they probably ought to either feature a charity who will be receiving the proceeds each month, or they should set up a system like they have in the store where you can pick the charity you want your 60 cents to go to. Yes, they're trying to make money, but since Humble's marketed themselves as a supporter for charities for so long, they really ought to work that angle and work it hard. From purely a marketing and public image perspective, it's a real shame they didn't do this from the get-go. The second thing Humble needs to consider is what games they're including in these monthly bundles. I don't think anyone's going to argue about the quality of the games in the first pack, but I do think many are going to be disappointed because the likelihood of owning one of these games or more is so high. So what reasonably can Humble do? One thing they might try is theming these monthly packs. Other monthly subscription services do things like this. For instance, Loot Crate will theme things with superheroes or sci-fi or something along those lines. So Humble Bundle could do something like a theme Wild Wild West. Now, that doesn't tell you how many games are going to be in the Wild Wild West pack. It doesn't tell you what games are going to be in the pack, but it does give you a general sense of what you might expect to find. And if you're a fan of stuff set in the Wild Wild West, you may think, this is a good pack for me. But if you're someone who really kind of hates that genre, maybe you can look at that and say, gee, this really isn't what I want. Either way, whether you're for it or against it, you as a consumer will feel more informed and thus better about your decision to either purchase or not purchase that particular surprise package for that month. Another option that would really sell me on this monthly package pretty much forever is to guarantee that all games in the pack would be new games, released within the last 6 months. I'd even take fewer games per month for my $12 if this was the case. Something in the range of 2 to 3 really quality new games would be about right. Why 6 months? 6 months after release is usually when you can expect to see the really good discounts on new games, and the point where those who have been holding out on buying something are likely to cave. And as soon as that first good sale comes along, at that point you've lost it. You've lost your ability to really have something neat in a package. So putting a game in a bundle before it hits this low price threshold would really make a difference in convincing people that this service was worth their $12 and would significantly decrease the odds that you would be getting something you already have. I mean, think about it. A subscription service to get some of the newest, coolest games from the past 6 months delivered to your email once a month for a low set cost. Yes, please, take my money, just take it. The third thing Humble should consider doing is subscriber exclusives. That would simply be having something in every bundle that you can only ever get by buying that bundle. They could do some cool things with this. Perhaps a never-before-released MP3 soundtrack from one of the games, or the opportunity to help with an otherwise closed alpha or beta of a new game that's otherwise unavailable to the general public. Maybe access to a high-quality poster image that you could have printed. The possibilities are pretty much endless and would really add to the perceived value of the monthly subscription. Then you would at least get something you're guaranteed not to have, even if you already own all the games in the pack. Think of it like a booby prize. Sorry you lost. here's a cookie to make you feel better about it. Any of these suggestions would really help, but if Humble implemented all of these, frankly their packs would move from to holy yes, sign me up, at least for me personally. At least for the foreseeable future, I will continue to follow the first Friday release of these Humble Bundle Monthly packs, so you can expect more coverage next month. Here's hoping that we see some thoughtful changes to these packs in the very near future, otherwise I'm afraid that they're probably doomed. So thanks for listening, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.